Welcome everyone to this video where we delve deep into the intriguing and impactful history of the Ford Motor Company. You may think of Detroit as the Motor City, and for a good reason. It was here that Henry Ford, an astute and persistent inventor, ushered in an automotive revolution that eventually brought cars to the masses. His remarkable journey carries powerful lessons about perseverance, forward thinking, and adapting in the face of changing times. Our story begins in 1896, when Henry Ford, then a young engineer, was first toying with the idea of a horseless carriage. Preferring the challenge of creating a machine that could self-propel instead of relying on the unpredictable nature of horses, he worked meticulously in his workshop, experimenting with different engines, body designs, and transmission systems. As he commenced work on his first ever moving assembly line in 1913 for the Model T, Ford's sense of determination and passion for innovation reshaped the manner in which cars were designed, built, and functioned. The Model T, branded as transport for the masses, played a pivotal role in setting the automobile standards. Under Ford's watch, the company adopted the concept of vertical integration, a strategic move across business models that allowed the company to control all aspects of its goods production and distribution to enhance supply chain coordination. The 1920s were the heyday of the Model A, a car that boasted pioneering technologies while exuding an air of sophistication that epitomized the spirit of the Jazz Age. This was also the decade that saw the inception of Ford's overseas operations, a significant move toward the international expansion of the business. Ford weathered the storm of the Great Depression, bringing the public the first affordable V8 engine with the 1932 Ford. This resilient engine of the 1930s left an indelible impact on the American car culture, turning automobiles from mere transportation means to vehicles embodying freedom and character. Henry Ford's reign was celebrated for its innovative might, but it was not without its challenges. By the time World War II concluded, the brand had amassed a reputation for conservatism due to its dependence on the outdated Model T design. The Ford family was increasingly discontent with Henry Ford's leadership, culminating in his retirement in 1945. His grandson, Henry Ford II, took over as president and waged a comprehensive campaign to restore the company's governance structure and revitalize the product line. Under Henry Ford II's leadership, the company adopted a raft of pioneering technologies and witnessed exponential revenue growth. The introduction of the Thunderbird design, a combining factor of luxury and performance, got the brand cruising through the 1950s. Unbeknownst to many, the 1960s were a time of constant brawling and disagreement among top executives at Ford. By the end of the decade, these internal skirmishes grew into an outright war that pushed the company to the verge of bankruptcy. Luckily, salvation came in the form of Lee Iacocca, a gifted executive who held a firm belief in cars designed for the common consumer. He relentlessly pitched the concept of a compact, roomy car and eventually led the team that birthed the wildly successful Ford Mustang. The 1970s witnessed Ford refining its approach, aligning itself with the needs of changing economic conditions and the burgeoning ecological movement. Out came the Ford Pinto, a subcompact car that embodied the fuel efficiency needs of the day. The late 1980s saw the rise of the charismatic leader, Donald Peterson, who steered Ford towards pro-consumer and pro-environmental approaches. The launch of the Taurus was reflective of his regime, as it was the first American car to be designed and marketed with strong regard for aerodynamics, fuel economy, and safety. The late 1990s and 2000s marked a significant technological boom. Ford embraced technological advancements and constructed Motorland, a first-of-its-kind facility for testing vehicles, accessories, and smartphones. A dark cloud loomed over the American automakers. A credit crisis coupled with a prolonged recession, coined the worst in 70 years. The company, despite facing hurdles, stood strong due to the strategic steps taken by Alan Mulally, the CEO at the time. Ford emerged as the only American auto company that did not need government assistance to rescue it from the downturn. Simultaneously, the company continued its quest for technological innovation, with an increased focus on electric vehicles and investments in autonomous mobility. 2020 and beyond, an unprecedented year marked by the COVID-19 pandemic. Despite this, Ford persevered and evolved, with a renewed focus on digital initiatives and sustained investment in electric vehicles and autonomous technology. Over the years, Ford has been more than just a car company. Tackling transformative elements like electric and autonomous vehicles, emphasizing mobility services over traditional vehicle ownership, and pushing sustainability to the forefront, demonstrate that Ford is ready for the future. Every challenge faced, every victory celebrated has culminated in a legacy that extends well beyond motor vehicles. Whenever there's a mention of Ford, it's more about a way of life, embodying American resilience, ambition, and pioneering spirit. As we close this tour through Ford's vibrant history, remember this: the story of Ford is not just about making cars, it's a testament to embracing change, to continually innovate and evolve. Just the way Henry Ford envisioned more than a century ago. We hope you've enjoyed this comprehensive walk through the halls of Ford's powerful history. As the journey continues 118 years after its creator's death, the company remains committed to carrying forward its foundational principles, offering products and services that advance convenient personal mobility to help build a better world. The Ford Motor Company has undoubtedly weathered several storms, yet it has continued to thrive, thanks to the resilience, ingenuity, and unwavering commitment of its leadership and workforce. Today, as the world braces for an era of electric and autonomous vehicles, Ford, true to its inheritance, remains at the forefront of this automotive revolution. As we reflect on this compelling narrative, it is worth keeping in mind the lessons it offers. The story of Henry Ford and the company he built is a constant reminder that the only way to confidently navigate the future is by learning from the past and being agile and visionary enough to make transformative changes. Understandably, the future that electrifies and drives autonomously is disappointing to traditional, gasoline-loving, humane-guided vehicle enthusiasts around the world. The evolution from these traditional norms to the challenging frontier that is the electric era signifies the revolutionary the auto industry is undergoing. A significant part of this revolution includes the birth of autonomous vehicles. It is vital in a rapidly modernizing world that is toughened by age-old transportation problems, to look for innovative solutions that could potentially alter the way we move in and around cities and towns. Ultimately, the story of the Ford Motor Company is not just an account of corporate history but a chronicle of the boundless human spirit. The vision of Henry Ford, sparked by an insatiable curiosity and an unyielding resolve to make a difference, set in motion a technological revolution that has deeply impacted our societies and our lives. Despite the uncertainty and disruptions in global economic systems, Ford remains focused on its commitment to bring joy, fulfillment, and limitless experiences to its customers, promising continued excellence, and providing a comprehensive, engaging customer experience. While the emotional connections, the memories, and the innumerable moments shared with Ford vehicles make up the company's illustrious past, they also serve as a potent source of inspiration for its future. Ford's commitment to listening to its customers' needs and continuously providing the best solutions ensures its unwavering popularity and relevance across the world. Over more than a century, the Ford Motor Company has come a long way since Henry Ford first sketched out his vision in 1903. In every sense and at every juncture, its story mirrors the evolution of society, reflecting the changing aspirations, lifestyles, and mobility needs of people. As an institution, Ford has stood the test of time, demonstrating its resilience, adaptability, and audacity to experiment and innovate in the face of adversity. It symbolizes the inexorable human pursuit of progress, transformation, and betterment. So, whether through its path-breaking assembly line or its pioneering work in developing advanced electric and autonomous vehicle technologies, the Ford Motor Company continues to leave an indelible impression. It shapes not only the course of an industry but also the very fabric of society, infusing it with vigor, optimism, and purpose. We hope you enjoyed this journey of exploration and discovery, getting a closer look into the spirit and the story of Ford, a tale that has shaped human mobility and society over the last century. Our hope is that this knowledge will provide you with the inspiration and insights needed to possibly carve out your own history, just as Henry Ford did more than 100 years ago. On this encouraging note, we extend our gratitude to everyone for joining us on this episode. As we forge ahead, traversing through the intriguing history and captivating narratives of renowned enterprises, our shared objective remains to uncover the profound lessons hidden in their stories and let their exemplary journeys serve as inspiring roadmaps for the restless entrepreneurs of tomorrow. As you orient yourself towards charting a path of disruption and innovation, one can only hope you draw from the invaluable lessons of Ford's rich historical legacy. Its tale is an unequivocal testament to the innate human capacity for adaptation, resilience, and growth, the roots from which all transformative ventures truly spring. Until we reunite to embark on another journey of discovery, keep your spirits high, your ambitions soaring, and your mind open to the uncharted paths that call out to you. For you, much like Henry Ford, represent the uncharted territories of progress and change that lie tantalizingly on the horizon of human civilization.